Hey everyone, this is the immediate post-game reaction video. I think we finally figured out what we're doing here at SLC Dunk. And this is for the Utah Jazz amazing 131-99 victory at home over the Toronto Raptors, which was on Friday night. Kind of wanted to go over what I felt like was necessary, and we're gonna shoot for a under 2 hour video for once. I don't know, it's not really an inside joke. Our last post game video was over 2 hours, and that was for a game against the Orlando Magic. Like, was it really that big of a deal? I guess it was. Well, anyway, so we're gonna cut this down, and this is an attempt. Please tell me in the comment section or on Twitter or at the website SLC Dunk how you feel. Tell me what you think needs to be chopped and what do we keep. So anyway, this is the idea. So it was an interesting game. It was an interesting game for a few reasons. There was a few storylines that we're going to go over. But first, let's take a look at what we saw quarter by quarter. The first quarter was an absolute foul fest, and the refs were making sure that they broke in their whistles. It was ridiculous. Paul Millsap went out in the first quarter with 2 fouls. The guy who went in for him, Jeremy Evans, also picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter. It was just that type of game. Both teams were getting to the line. I think the Raptors were in the bonus after 6 minutes. It was absolutely ugly, atrocious, and time seemed to stand still. What happened was that the Raptors ended up winning the first quarter 29-24. After that, Utah picked it up. They figured out what they needed to do, and they won each quarter the rest of the way quite handily and scored 38, 32, and 36 in the final 3 quarters. Overall, 131-99. That doesn't happen by accident. It happened because of good teamwork. I am going to take a quick look at the box score here just to make sure that that underpins the big story, I suppose. The three big stories I felt were the injuries, Paul Millsap, and the team play. But let's start with the team play because that dovetails quite nicely with the box score. What you saw was everyone who was healthy got a chance to play tonight. The minute distribution was almost one whole quarter for the guys who played the least to not even 3 quarters for the guys who played the most. You know, people were participating and contributing on both offense and defense, and it wasn't just like, I'm a scorer, I'm going to score. Everyone was making cuts, passing, setting screens for one another, and the team made the extra pass, not because that's some special idea that, oh, maybe we should try to pass more. It was because that was team play and it happened organically. It wasn't like they were forcing things, it was that they were eliciting defensive pressure from the Raptors and then taking the best shot available. It was simple. It was, San Antonio Spurs basketball. Dare I say it, it was Utah Jazz basketball. So looking at the box score, Paul Millsap had 20 and 10 with 5 assists, 3 steals, and somehow he's not even a big enough story to talk about. So I am going to focus on him a little bit later on. And his Cantor, Turkey, he had his first NBA start. He played up against the number 5 pick in the draft, Jonas Valanciunas, and he absolutely obliterated him and has finished with 18 points and 8 rebounds. He also had a block. He was like the big man on campus, and he let everybody else know that, and that's absolutely necessary. Everybody else had a pretty good game. Our wings, Marvin Williams had 14, Randy had 13, Gordon off the bench had 17. Even Mo Williams, who wasn't supposed to play, ended up playing half the game and finished with a double-double. And he is such a forgettable part of this game, not because he wasn't effective. He was super effective. It's the fact that what happened beyond him was, overshadowed it, and it was the team play. I think everyone had rebounds and assists, and like the team as a whole went 13 for 23 from downtown, which the reason why that happened wasn't because we were spectacularly hot. It's just because the guys were getting super open. The reason why that happened was because we didn't have 2 major parts of our offense, which means that we're that much more difficult to guard. If the defense doesn't have a focal point to focus on, then everyone is a threat, and everyone was a threat tonight. I will talk about the injuries. So we had a bunch of injuries, whereas the Raptors, a lot of their guys were just coming off of clearing their injured status, like Kleza. He only played like 5 or 6 minutes. That's because it was his first game back after an injury. Mo Williams, gastric distress. He wasn't supposed to play, but he did play. Al Jefferson hurt his back in the Orlando game. He did not play. Derek Favors, he's got plantar fasciitis, and he did not play either. And that's the kind of thing that if you have your number one big and theoretically your number two big out, this really taxes your depth. And I guess the narrative, which is a soup or something, I actually don't know what narrative means, but which probably explains why I don't understand why people use it in every tweet. But the narrative is that if our depth is for real, then we'll show that. Or also, if we finally give a chance to our young guys and they fall flat on their face, that only justifies never playing them. So what happened with this narrative about our big man depth? Well, Paul Millsap had one of his better games this season as the focal point on offense. He wasn't the focal point all game long, but when he was in there, he was getting things done, and that was fantastic. Al Jefferson was replaced by Cantor. Derek Favors, the number two guy or number three guy, was bumped up with Jeremy Evans, who was regularly our number five guy. So it was our number 4 and 5 guys getting extended playing time. They played 58 minutes this game, and not because everyone was hurt. It was also because they were playing well. Cantor had the 18 and 5, and Jeremy Evans had 10 points and 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Evans also went 6 for 8 from the free throw line. So, like, overall, 28 points from them, 13 rebounds, 2 blocks, and they held it down against a healthy team. So, what narrative do we say here? Yeah, I guess we do actually know how to scout, and we ended up drafting good guys. And if they happen to play more, it's not likely that our team is going to collapse. So perhaps we should try and play them more. Maybe not. Maybe this is only because everyone pulled together because of injuries and tried to play better. The team play was really big. Millsap was definitely big. He outplayed Bargnani, who's making so much more money than Millsap. And it was definitely Millsap's time to shine, and he showed us that, yeah, like, he's still the same guy we love. He fights hard on every single play, and he gets up there and he gets stuff done. In the third quarter, he didn't have his best shooting quarter. He went 2 for 8, but he still contributed like a monster everywhere else. And that's basically it for that storyline. I think the huge game changer for the Jazz was Carroll, and as a stats guy primarily, I understand completely that his contributions are on the floor and usually don't come up on the stat sheet. They actually did tonight. Carroll perhaps had his best game ever as a player. He had 11 points and 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal, and he went 3 for 3 from downtown. Like, statistically, this was a great game, but probably even better was how he did not stop. Like, the Raptors, they were beating us. They went on a 13-1 run in the first quarter, and it was going to look really ugly. But Carroll came in there. He was super active as usual. He was that, energy hustle guy that a rookie Paul Millsap used to be. And he got in there. He got into people's faces. He was physical. He made sure that the Raptors had to take 2 to 3 more seconds getting the ball up the court and getting into their set. Every single time we scored, he was the one playing defense even before the ball was inbounded. And it's always awesome to see him succeed because he puts it all out there. So, while Marvin had to play the 4 in this game and we posted him up a bit more and he was getting to the line, which is what we love, or Gordon was aggressive and taking it to the hole, going coast to coast sometimes, which we love, or Cantor was starting his first game in his career and was playing like a huge guy should, like 6'11", 270 pounds. He was totally dominant during some stretches. We love that. Or our backup guards coming in, distributing like alley-oops with Earl Watson, or crazy passes in the half court by Jamal. Like, we love all of that, but it was really Damare who really did it, and I appreciate that. So keep it up, dude. We will always support you. I'm wearing this this because of the whole Turkey thing, supporting Cantor. Good job. Overall, if I was going to give the team a grade in this game out of 5, I would give them 5 out of 5. This was a very solid win. It was a 32-point blowout at home. This was the longest home stretch of the season. It was a home stand. We actually had 3 games at home in a row. So this is the type of stuff that you're going to see when we finally start to have more and more home games. And you're going to see that in January and February. And you're going to see a team that plays more similar to this than the team that we saw go into New Orleans and lose in Game 2 of the season. So it's a stepping stone. I think that we have the Lakers tomorrow, and pretty sure that we're going to get one of our 2 bigs back. I don't think that we should expect to hit 13 threes every game, but this was a good win. I'll take it for sure. It was a very positive experience, and I think that we don't need to go crazy with the storylines after every single game. This is a stepping stone, and I'll take it as such, and I'm very happy for the win, especially with the way that our non-rotation guys played. It was good. Keep it up, Jazz. Yay. All right. Hang it up now, or whatever it's called with the video. Shutting it down. All right, bye.